most people don't realize, you see the groundlings, I think about the age of 18, 19 years old, and you say, I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is amazing. People don't understand you moved out to LA from basically
Forest Park,
Chicago.
Illinois. That's right, Chicago Burbs.
From
West Side.
1978.
Mm-hmm.
And you worked what us New Yorkers call your tuchus, or for years and years, up until for about almost 20 years.
Oh, I did
up
every
until
free
1990
student movie, every free commercial, yeah.
And most people don't realize, how many people in here have seen Pulp Fiction? Kathy Griffin is the person that comes up on the street to Ving Rhames.
I'm happy to do a reenactment because my scene is why it won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. And I go, that guy's a maniac. He's been doing this all day. If you need someone to testify in court, I will. And then Ving says, who? And I go, him. And I point to Bruce Willis. Thank you. You're welcome.
But Kathy...
I made Tarantino. Made him.
The truth comes out.
Right.
How, for 20 years, how did you stay so positive, so determined, so persistent, until basically 1996?
Yeah.
How did you just...
20 years of rejection. Because I really love it so much. Look, when I was a Cali Girl temp, you heard me, making my $114 a week, I mean, first of all, I was such a dork. I lived at home until I was 28. Like, I was like banging guys in the second bedroom of my mom and dad's apartment. It was gross. And so I just kind of kept on. I would always have a part-time job, and I was doing the groundlings and doing open mic nights and whatever it would take. And the only, I mean, looking back, the hard part was I kept like almost coming close to stuff. So like one time I actually got cast in a movie, and this is pretty rare. Like 3 weeks before we were supposed to start shooting, it just all went away. Like the financing, like all of it. And you've like told all your friends, I'm going to be at a, So it was just years and years of loving it and finding venues. So the Groundlings is like Second City. It's really big in LA, and some super great people. A lot of the SNL cast comes from there. So that was important for me to be in that environment, because everyone in that environment was destined to somehow be a professional. And I would just do, whatever it took. I mean, I got fired from most of my temp jobs because I was always joking around. Although I was a very good, what they called data entry in those days. Yes, I would alphabetize clients' names or phone numbers. It was like pre-hacking. I'm like an Assange, but in like 1982. And just loved it, and there was sort of never going to be, there sort of wasn't a plan B, which is horrible advice. But I personally didn't really have a plan B. It was comedy or bust. I was like a burner. Back in those days.
But doesn't it get depressing? Brooke Shields has said to me that you have to deal with constant rejection all the time, no matter how much unknown or famous you are. And she says, I will never have my kids, she says, go into the entertainment industry that they have to deal with the rejection that I still deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
Well, I don't even like kids, so that's not if I have even one egg left, I'm going to scramble it and put an extra English muffin. So, no, Brooke is much sweeter than I could ever be. So she's like a mom and has kids and stuff. But yeah, I also have like no relationships. Like no relative was in the business. Lorne Michaels never came along, or Judd Apatow and said, I'm going to help you. Like, I've been just a fucking grinder. Just a grinder. I mean, trying to sell a book, you guys, without having a TV show on, I might as well be trying to sell, dinosaur figures. People are like, Book? Is that how you say it? I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm, like, super excited to be here, because you guys are literate and everything.